All right, well, we're making our way through the week. Today is day 3, and we're going to be looking at how to look at the author's main point. Today we're on day 3. The focus today is the author's main point. What is Paul trying to say in Philemon 1 1 through 4? This is where the pattern from the Simeon Trust becomes especially important. They talk about what they call the melodic line. Just a brief word to describe what the Charles Simeon Trust call the melodic line. They describe it in this way. Books of the Bible have a coherent and sustained message. Like the unique melody of a song, it unites the whole book, and every passage will be related to the melodic line in some way. End quote. The melodic line is the main message, the controlling message that runs through the entire biblical book. It is like a melody that keeps reappearing and gives unity to a song. In the same way, the main theme of a biblical book gives unity to its individual passages. So in order to understand a particular passage well, you need to understand it in the light of the melodic line of the whole book. Every passage in a biblical book will either directly or indirectly relate to and support that melodic line. Yesterday, you looked at the verses and widened the lens. You looked at the context, what comes before the passage, what comes after it, and the larger context in which it was written. Today, you bring that wider view back into these 4 verses and ask, what is the main thing Paul is doing or saying here in the light of the whole letter? After reading the entire letter, you begin to hear the melodic line. Here is how you can work through today's 15 minutes. Read Philemon 1 through 4 again. Read the 2 or 3 sentences you wrote yesterday about the whole letter, and then look back at the structure you made on day 1. Then ask, what is the main point of these 4 verses? And write your answer in 1 sentence. Here are some questions that might help. What is Paul actually doing in these verses? Is the main point merely that Paul is greeting Philemon? Why does he describe himself, Timothy, Philemon, Apphia, Archippus, and the church the way he does? What ideas in these opening verses connect to the rest of the letter? Does anything here begin preparing Philemon for Paul's later appeal? If you had to summarize verses 1 through 4 in 1 sentence without explaining every detail, what would you say? The important thing today is not to list everything that is true in the passage. The goal is to identify what holds the whole passage together. You're looking for unity. You're looking for themes. You're asking, what is the main point? So far we have day 1, structure. See how the text is built. Day 2, context. See where the text belongs. Day 3, main point. See what the text is saying. So today's final assignment is simple. Write 1 sentence that states what you believe Paul's main point is in Philemon 1 1 through 4. Then ask yourself one more question. Does every major part of the passage fit underneath that sentence? If it does, you may be getting close. If it does not, keep working on the sentence until it counts for the whole passage. And a little bonus, if you want to try to write a single sentence for the entire book, that can often be helpful to creating a melodic line for the book of Philemon. We'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you.